Welcome back to another UCTV. I'm Meta Shrongs.
And I'm Jacob Kienred.
This week we have a lot of information, a lot of recap information, so stay tuned for more. It is officially testing season, and with that, it's going to be super crazy and super stressful for a lot of the teachers and students this week and in the upcoming weeks. We have Tanner with more information about all the testing.
Now, many of you may have forgotten about testing because last year no one had to test due to COVID. So here are a few tips and tricks for testing. First off, when I was in middle school and grade school, my mom always told me to get a good night's rest and study any type of study guide my teacher gave me. Now, the day we come back from break, Tuesday, April 6th, the juniors will be taking their ACT. So if you guys are in the halls not testing, please make sure to stay quiet so anyone can focus and do their best on their tests.
Thank you, Tanner. The testing schedule is on the school website also. If you guys have any other tips or questions, you can always ask Ms. Minton for help.
Yes. Speaking of something less stressful, the senior trip is coming up, and Lane has more information about that.
Last year, the Union City class was planning on going to Altitude 1291 for the class trip, but because of COVID, it never happened. It was a real bummer for last year's graduating class. But because vaccinations are up and occurring more and more every day, this year's senior class gets to experience the fun of a senior trip. After much thought, it was decided by our classmates that our senior trip will be held on May 6th at Altitude 1291. Going on a senior trip has been a tradition for many years, so for you younger kids, it's definitely something to be excited for. And for the last few years, the senior trips have consisted of paintballing, going to the zoo, the Science Museum, Bricktown, and even Frontier City. So to you younger kids, be thinking about where you would like to go for your senior trip, because it sneaks up on you faster than you realize.
Thank you, Lane. I'm super excited for this upcoming senior trip. I think it's a great way to cap off this senior year. Elementary students, think of what you want to do or where you want to go for your senior trip, because the sponsors will definitely take that into consideration.
Now, I have myself with the beautiful weather report. Weather this week is going to be all over the place with temperatures in the upper 70s to mid 80s. The lows are going to be in the 50s and 60s. It's looking like there's going to be rain throughout the week, so make sure you have a jacket and umbrella with you. Like you know, Oklahoma spring weather is all over the place, so the weather could change at any time. Make sure you're staying safe and warm out there during this rainy week. Back to you. Wow, Jacob, that was phenomenal. Maybe you should get into weather maybe later in your career. Who knows?
It was
pretty spectacular.
Mm-hmm. And with the weather, it changes all the time, but something that's looking up is COVID, and Sabri has more information about COVID and just how it has affected her senior year.
So since we came back from spring break, there hasn't been any COVID cases. With that being said, school's feeling a little more normal. We don't have to take temperatures anymore, and I know this year won't be mask-free, but hopefully next year will. I'm so thankful that my senior year wasn't completely ruined, and the teachers and staff have tried really hard to make our senior year as normal as possible. I hope the future seniors don't have to go through their senior year during a pandemic. I'm Sabri Luck, back to you.
Thank you, Sabri. You said it perfectly. I am so glad that we had our senior year. Even though it was a little strange with the masks, everyone kept it pretty normal for the most part. And thank you, students, teachers, staff, for allowing us to still be here and taking precautions and everything.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and just send it off to Senior Tanner with some information about sports.
With playoffs just a few weeks away, the Lady Tigers have hit their stride at just the right time. Currently sitting on a 5-game win streak with a nail-biter win Monday night against Port Cobb, with sophomore Grace DeRosa hitting a walk-off single to seal a deal for the Tigers and improve their record to 12-7. Switching over to baseball, they're just as hot, winning 11 of their last 12 games, including winning the BOA Bat tournament this past weekend. With playoffs coming up fast, the Tigers look poised for a deep run in the playoffs this year. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Tanner. Yes, the spring regular season is wrapping up.
Yes, and I'm I'm looking back at all the memories that we've had this past season and all the memories I'm looking forward to these next few weeks. And speaking of memories, the yearbooks has a ton of memories just all together. So Savory has more information about the yearbook.
This year's yearbook is a little different. It's based off the show Friends because there's a handful of us seniors that have been friends since pre-K, so we thought it'd be a cute idea to do that theme. Also, since COVID and everything, we didn't know how much we were actually going to be in school, so we decided to do a timeline so y'all guys know what happened on what day. Also, you second graders are the only class that hasn't bought a yearbook, so make sure y'all guys go ask your parents and see if y'all can buy one. Also, y'all guys need to go check out our new yearbook ad. It's super funny and was a lot of fun to make. So be like Savory and go watch it.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other until I kissed you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too, by the look in your eyes, sweeter than wine, softer than the summer night. Everything I want, I have, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time.
Thank you, Savory. Make sure you guys grab a yearbook for yourself.
Yes, switching topics. The blood drive, I hear, is actually going to start happening in April. Lane has more information on that.
If many of you weren't aware, Union City's FCA is holding their yearly blood drive on Wednesday, April 21st. So this is going to be held in the Tiger's Den, and it will be open from 1 to 5 p.m. To make an appointment and register, go ahead and reach out to either Coach Schmidt or Mrs. McReynolds, and they have more information on that. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm Jacob Kainrad,
And I'm Etta Shans.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I'm here with Caden Bordeman. He is one of the 4 student of the months who are Easton, Crossland, Katy. So, how does it feel to finally win student of the month your senior year?
It feels great. You know, I've been here since pre-K, so this is like 14 years in the making. It's right at the end of the school year, so perfect timing for a grand finale.
Definitely. Didn't last year you did a little thing on UCTV trying to get people to vote for you?
Yeah, I did run a campaign last year, but I ended up not making it, so.
Do you think it helped you with this year? You think the teachers finally got it and they're like, yeah, Katie needs to win?
Yeah, I had better strategies, you know, to convince all the teachers to vote for me. Of course, with last year, I knew what not to do, so.
Well, thank you so much. Bye, guys.